The drama surrounding Brittney Griner has exploded into one of the wildest controversies the WNBA has ever faced. Overnight, reports began circulating that Griner had been quietly erased from the league. No suspension, no injury report, not even an official press release. Just gone. Her name disappeared from the Phoenix Mercury roster, her jersey was pulled from the online store, and her face vanished from the WNBA homepage as though she never existed. The timing and the silence only added fuel to the fire, and now fans, players, and insiders are split down the middle on what really happened. It all started with a grainy, cropped screenshot that popped up on Reddit. The supposed smoking gun appeared to be leaked medical records alleging that Griner had been born male and transitioned at a young age. There was no verified source, no credible backing, just a blurry image. Yet, within hours, that one photo had gone viral. TikTok lit up with speculation, YouTube channels churned out breakdowns, and Twitter threads piled onto the story. For years, Griner's height, deep voice, and powerful frame had made her the subject of rumors. But this time, the whispers were treated as proof and fans rushed to connect the dots. Theories that had been floating around since 2013 suddenly resurfaced with new force. What made it worse was the WNBA's silence. Normally, a league faced with this kind of controversy would issue a quick statement to calm the storm. Instead, the opposite happened. Griner's name was scrubbed from marketing campaigns. Her jersey vanished from the official store. Mentions of her were quietly removed from league channels. It didn't look like a defense, it looked like an erasure. By the end of the week, insiders were whispering that her eligibility was under review. And that's when NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's name was dragged into the fire. Some claimed he had seen the same leaked files and gave the quiet green light to cut her loose. In that version of events, this wasn't a reaction at all. It was a move planned long before, a chess game the league had been preparing for behind closed doors. Fans immediately began asking the obvious question: if the WNBA or NBA had known about these alleged files for years, why wait until now? Why let Griner carry the league on her shoulders, especially through her arrest in Russia, only to suddenly erase her now? The timing lined up too neatly. Just weeks earlier, Caitlin Clark had gone viral after another round of controversy, pulling even more attention onto the league. Suddenly, Griner became the scapegoat. In the eyes of many, the league wanted a clean slate to ride the wave of Clark's marketability without carrying the baggage of the Griner drama. But here's where the story gets even more twisted. The so-called medical files weren't clear at all. Insiders who claimed to have seen them suggested they didn't outright confirm that Griner was born male. Instead, they allegedly contained ambiguous markers, possibly pointing to intersex traits or hormone treatments in early life. That didn't stop fans from running with the narrative that the case was closed. But the truth is, the files were messy and open to interpretation. Even if they were authentic, they didn't provide the black-and-white answer people wanted. And nowhere in those documents did it outright say born male. That didn't matter to the internet. Old clips resurfaced, from shirtless photos to awkward interviews to conspiracy theories about her time in a Russian prison. Some claimed she had been placed in a men's facility, though no proof was ever given. Others said the league ignored obvious signs for years. What started as rumors spiraled into a full-blown takedown of her entire identity. And through it all, the WNBA's silence only amplified the chaos. The league didn't deny the claims, didn't back their player, and didn't provide clarity. Instead, they leaned harder into promoting Clark as the new face of the WNBA. The contrast was glaring. For years, Griner had been the league's poster child for progress and resilience. Now she was being erased in real time while Clark was celebrated as the savior. This isn't the first time the WNBA has been accused of mishandling its players. Fans quickly drew comparisons to Liz Cambage, who spoke out about racism in the league only to be painted as the problem. Or Skylar Diggins-Smith, who played through injuries, had a child, and was quietly sidelined by her own team with no explanation. To many, Griner's situation wasn't an isolated case but part of a pattern. When a player no longer fits the league's perfect image, they get pushed aside. It's the system, not the player, that creates these messes. And now, with Griner at the center, people are connecting the dots and calling the WNBA out for hypocrisy. Adam Silver's role in this cannot be overlooked. As NBA commissioner, his influence stretches into every corner of the WNBA. According to insiders, big money sponsors were sweating after the leak. With Clark driving record ratings and ticket sales, the last thing the league wanted was controversy threatening its momentum. Silver, they claim, decided it was better to cut Griner loose quietly rather than risk the storm spilling into All-Star Weekend. But if that's true, it paints a brutal picture. Griner wasn't removed because of rules or violations. She was erased because she was no longer convenient. To make matters worse, insiders claim Griner wasn't even told directly. She allegedly discovered her removal when her name disappeared from the league's official database. Imagine dedicating your life to a league, surviving international scandal, and becoming a household name, only to be erased without warning. That alone has sparked outrage among fans, even those who were skeptical of her identity. Many are now demanding transparency. If the WNBA truly had grounds to remove her, why not say so openly? Why the silence, the vanishing act, the cover-up? And now, Griner is reportedly weighing her options legally. Her camp believes there's a strong case for wrongful removal, especially if private medical files were leaked and weaponized against her. When she first entered the league, she passed every eligibility check. Nothing in the WNBA's rulebook has changed. The league has never required gender testing, never demanded proof of biological sex, and never set hormone guidelines. If that's the case, what rule did she actually break? Without a clear answer, fans see the entire situation as a setup. This is bigger than one player. It's about trust. Fans want to know what the league knew and how long they've been hiding it. They want to know why the same WNBA that celebrated Griner's return from Russia as a triumph now pretends she doesn't exist. They want to know if Adam Silver orchestrated the erasure to protect the league's image and financial future. And above all, they want to know if players are safe, or if anyone can be erased when they no longer fit the narrative. The backlash is already massive. Social media is filled with angry posts calling the WNBA hypocritical and cowardly. Some fans are demanding boycotts, while others are rallying behind Griner, insisting she deserves better after years of service to the league. The silence from leadership only fuels the fire. Every day that passes without clarity makes the WNBA look less like an inclusive league and more like an organization desperate to hide something. And perhaps the most tragic part is the shadow it casts over Caitlin Clark. She had nothing to do with this, but her name is inevitably tied to the timing. As Clark continues to shatter ratings records and fill arenas, the league looks like it chose her as its golden child at the expense of Griner. Whether intentional or not, that perception is now out there. And it risks dividing fans at the very moment the WNBA should be uniting around growth. In the end, this saga isn't just about Brittney Griner's removal. It's about the WNBA's integrity. It's about whether players are valued for who they are or just for how marketable they seem. It's about whether Adam Silver prioritized sponsors over truth. And it's about a league that claims to stand for inclusion, respect, and diversity, but just erased one of its most recognizable stars without explanation. Fans aren't stupid. They see the contradictions. They see the silence. And they see a cover-up. So now the question falls to you. Do you believe this was a calculated erasure, or just bad timing made worse by silence? Was Brittney Griner removed for cause, or was she sacrificed for optics? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash the like button if you're fed up with the games behind the game, and don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns of the stories shaking up sports.